Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you to the Madhava group call. Let's start today's class with Mangalacharan. I'm just sharing the presentation. Okay. I hope everybody can see.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Vinay and Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Mataji, welcome to the call. Thank you. So let's start with the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So here's the list of the previous Gita verses that we have learned so far. Does anybody want to recite any of these shlokas?
Hare Krishna,
Mataji, can I recite 2.13?
Who's this?
Advait.
Yes, Advait. Go ahead and recite.
Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yoganam jara tata deyantara prapya siratatra namuyati.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Advait. Anybody else want to recite any of these verses?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Anmol.
Yes, Anmol.
Could I recite 2.69?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam satyam jagati samyami yasyam jagati sputani sanisha pasyato mune.
Thank you. What does this mean, by the way? Do you want to explain the meaning of this shloka?
Well, the translation is what is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. I forgot.
And what is time of awakening for the self-control is night for all, right?
A night for all introspective stages, I think.
Yes. So,
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I say Imam Vivasvate Yogam?
Yes, Ashutosh, go ahead and say.
Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktaganam Avyayam Vivaswan Manave Braha Manur Ekshva Kavir Bhavit.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Very nice.
Can I say the announcement too?
Mataji, can I say 4.3?
Yes, Ashutosh, finish with your second shloka as well.
Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yaunam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuyati.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Very nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I do 4.3?
Sure, who's this? Announce yourself.
Aditya?
Yes, Aditya, go ahead.
Sa evayam mayate dya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakhachete rahasyam hetaduttamam.
Thank you, Aditya. Can you also explain the meaning?
Yeah.
What you understood from that shloka?
The Krishna is saying the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna because he is Krishna's devotee and his friend, and he can understand the science.
Yes, that's right. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Can I say 3.21?
Yes, who is this? Who is this?
Saivedas Mataji.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yad yad acharati shrestha tad tad eva gato jara yayat ramanam kurute lokastad anuvattate.
Thank you. Very nice. Do you want to explain the meaning of the shloka as well? Do you remember?
It says that whatever like a man says, a great man performs, like others follow him.
Right. Very true. Thank you. Vrinda wants to say Mataji. Sri Bhagavad. Yes, Vrinda, go ahead. Sri Bhagavad.
Shri Bhagavad Vacha
Imam.
Ivam Vivaspate Yogam Doktavanam Yavasvavadebra Punarekhyakregavit.
Thank you, Vrinda. Very nice. Okay. Thank you all. So, is there anybody else who would like to recite any of these shlokas? Okay, let's move on to today's shloka, which is 4.6. Let's first recite the shloka. Please repeat after me. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavamyatmamayaya ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavamyatmamayaya ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavamyatmamayaya. Okay, does anybody want to try the shloka?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I try this shloka?
Yes, go ahead.
Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavamyatma mayaya.
Who's this?
Aditya.
Aditya, thank you very much. Very nice.
Mataji, can I try?
Yes, who's this?
It's Advait.
Advait, yes, go ahead.
Ajopi san avyayatam bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritam swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya.
Thank you very much, Advait. Very nice.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I try?
Yes, who is this?
This is Anmol.
Yes, Anmol, go ahead.
Ajopi san avyayatma putanameshvaropi san rakasin svamadistaya sambhavamyatma mayaya.
Thank you, Anmol, very nice. Okay. Can we move on to the synonyms? Does anybody want to read out the synonyms?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Ashutosh. Can I say it?
Yes, please go ahead, Ashutosh.
Aja, unborn. Api, although. Sun, being so. Avyaya, without determination. Atma, body. Bhutana, all of those who are born. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord. Api, although. Sun, being so. Prakrita, in the transcendental swarm of myself. Adhishtava, being so situated. Sambhavami, I do incarnate. Atma, maya, by my internal energy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Does anybody want to read out the translation?
Is this Ayurvedic?
Yes, I read it. Go ahead.
Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and also I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form.
Thank you, Saididas. Very nice. From this verse, we need to understand some important words. The first one, of course, very interesting, is unborn. Krishna says that I'm unborn. Okay, what is the Sanskrit word for unborn?
Ajo.
Ajaha, yes, Ajaha. And it's derived from the root ja. Ja means to take birth. We have many shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita where we have this word Jayate, Jatasya. So everything denotes birth. So Ajaha means it's the opposite, unborn. So the first word is unborn. And Krishna says that my transcendental body never deteriorates. So what's the word for deteriorates? Can you locate
Avyaya.
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 Yes.
Avyaya is without deterioration.
Yes, that's right. So Krishna says that he is unborn and his body never deteriorates. And he appears in his original transcendental form. Okay, so this is the translation. We are going to go into detail. We'll see the purport, and also we will relate it with the translation. So the first word is unborn. Okay, everybody knows the story of Krishna, right? How he took birth. Why he took birth? First of all, because the Kamsa was tormenting everybody, and the demigods requested Lord Krishna to come and take a birth. So he appeared in the womb of Devaki, and he was born to Vasudeva and Devaki, who had, in their previous lives, they had requested for the Lord to become their son. So that's why he fulfilled their desire in this birth, and he appeared in the womb. In his transcendental body. So we have to understand the difference. When we say birth, birth means it's applicable to normal human beings, the normal process of taking birth from a mother's womb. But for Krishna, that is not applicable. Krishna is always transcendental. He is not subject to the material laws of nature. He does not have to come and take birth like a normal human being. He does not have to go through the suffering. Birth is a suffering, both for the mother and for the child, because we have all the four sufferings, right? Birth, death, old age, and disease. So he does not have to go through all those sufferings. He can just straight away appear. That's why we always say Krishna appears. Krishna does not take birth like a normal human being who is subject to the laws of material nature. That is the difference between a normal person's, a human being's birth and Krishna's birth. That Krishna, although he takes birth, he is not born, he is unborn. Why? Because he appears in his spiritual body. He does not take a material body. We all have material bodies, whereas Krishna just appears as he is in his spiritual world. He appears in the same form, in his original spiritual transcendental body. And as we see in the picture here, we see that the demigods are coming and praying to Lord Krishna, who is supposedly in the womb of Devaki. And when Krishna takes birth, he just appears in his four-handed form as Vishnu. And then Devaki and Vasudeva, they pray that please reduce to a baby so that everybody does not get a doubt. So then he turns to the normal two-handed form, and he behaves like a normal baby, and he does not exhibit his powers at that time because he wants everybody to believe that he's a baby. So this is how Krishna takes birth. He appears. He does not have to go through the trouble of taking birth like a normal human being. Okay, so that is why Krishna is called as unborn. Now, the second word, important word in this translation is, his transcendental body never deteriorates. As a normal human being, when we take birth, we go through different stages of life, and after a certain point, we become old. We grow old, and in old age, we have so many sufferings. Our body deteriorates, our faculties give up, and we really become very thin, and some people develop diseases, and during old age people are not even able to walk properly. So the body deteriorates over a period of time, especially when somebody grows old. But Krishna's body, have you ever seen some picture of Krishna where he is very old? Have you ever seen such a picture? Does Krishna ever grow old?
No. No.
No. Has anybody seen a picture of Krishna where he is like a, like a grandfather, or where he is very old?
No.
No? Right. So that's what is the speciality of Krishna. That Krishna, he never grows old. Although he passes from a baby stage to a boy stage, from baby to a boyhood, and from boyhood to youth. That happens. See the different pictures? The picture on the left where he is a baby, and then he's a little bit grown up, where he is interacting with the fruit seller. And then the picture down where he is a cowherd boy in his boyhood stage. And then picture on the extreme right, that is Krishna in his youth. So we have seen all these different kinds of pictures, but he never grows old beyond that age of youth. He looks ever youthful. Although Krishna has many sons, and you can't even count. He has so many grandsons. Even in that stage, he always looked the same. He never became old. By material calculations, he should have been so old, but he never looks old. His body never deteriorates. That is the speciality of Krishna. So that's what Krishna is saying in this verse. His body never deteriorates. Okay? And then another important thing that we have to remember is Krishna, he is unlimited, and he is without any fault. He does not have any limitations like a human being. Okay? In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that Prayena Alpayusha Shabdha Yuge Asmin Kalavasmin Yuge Janaha Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Upadritaha, which means that in Kali Yuga, everybody has very short lifespans, and everybody's memory is very short-lived, and people quarrel amongst each other. So these characteristics are there in Srimad Bhagavatam, that it is prone for us to have short memories because we are born in Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, people have very short memory, and even something that we have done one day previous, in the same time, if I ask you what you did at the same time yesterday, you might not remember. Such bad memory we have. And we have seen examples of this memory, bad memory, because we have seen people having so many memory loss diseases like dementia and Alzheimer and so many other things. So we are seeing, and in fact the short-term memory loss is a very catchy term used nowadays. So it's become like a fashionable term, but it's actually indicating our limitation. So all these different types of diseases and memory loss happens amongst people, especially in Kali Yuga. Of course, when we get liberated, we might at the most remember our previous births. But in the previous verse, 4.5, Krishna says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanaham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. That Krishna says that you and I have crossed many births, but you don't remember all of them, but I remember all of your births, all of the births of all living entities, not just of Krishna, not just of few people, but of every living entity that was created. How many ever souls are there? He remembers the past, present, and he knows the future also of all the living entities. So that is really something very special about Krishna. Now when we use this word memory, memory is applicable to only those who have material bodies, because Krishna is so unlimited that he does not have to use this word memory at all. He remembers. By nature he remembers. It is inherent in himself that he remembers, and he also knows what's there in the future. So this term is itself applicable only for people who have material bodies, because material bodies have limitations which are specific to that body and the circumstances around. And Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritirnyanam apohanancha Vedaishcha sarve rahameva vedyo Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Now the first two lines, what does it say? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir. So he says, Krishna says that I give you remembrance as well as forgetfulness. So we have to understand, for a human being, remembrance and forgetfulness is very important, not just remembrance. Sometimes we might think that we are limited because we don't remember everything. But sometimes even memory can be very deteriorating to us. For example, can you give examples of how memory of something can be very deteriorating for us? Some incident, if you remember, it might not be good, right? Can anybody give some examples of something that if we remember, it might not be good for us? How forgetfulness is important.
Bad things that we do, or somebody died, maybe.
Yes. Bitter past, bitter incidents in the past, we have to forget, right? Otherwise we can't move on. Otherwise we can't be positive in our life. So forgetfulness is very important. And not just bitter incidents, forgetfulness of our past lives, forgetfulness of so many unpleasant situations that we have gone through in the past is very important. Otherwise we can't even be peaceful. So what happens when somebody remembers their previous birth? Sounds exciting, right? Srila Prabhupada has written a book called Reincarnation, where he has lots of cases of remembrance of the past life is discussed in that book. That there were so many examples. Even apart from that book, there were also so many other incidents. So many emails came up with people having remembrances of their past lives. They could go back, like two-year-old child. He could go and locate the place where he was born in his previous life, and he says that my father was like this, and he remembers all the details of the previous life. So such cases have been found that they remember the previous lives. Now what happens is, after some time, it becomes a problem because you suffer from identity crisis. You don't know whom to identify with. Whether you will identify with this birth, this person with this name as you are now, or will you identify with the person who was born in the previous life? It will become so really maddening sometimes to imagine how it could be a problem in our life. So memory of the previous birth, although it's exciting to read such things, but it could be really troublesome. One cannot be in peace. One cannot be in peace with this current life. That's why memory of the previous birth is troublesome. Now what about, okay, past might not be helpful. What about future? What if we come to know what's going to happen in the future? Is it going to be good for us?
No.
Future knowledge. No? How do you think it is not good for us?
Because if you know more, like for kids, they won't like, kids like surprises.
Mm-hmm.
If they already know, it won't be really like a surprise, and it won't be.
Yes, that's true. So true. So if you take in that level, it's definitely not going to be exciting. You will not have any suspense left anymore, right? If you know what's there in the future.
Yeah.
But not only just that, we have some other reasons as well. If you know what's going to happen in the future, now for example, if you actually come to know what's going to happen in future from a person who knows about the future, if you go and ask him, I'm going to write this exam, will you please tell me whether I'm going to pass in this exam or whether I'm going to get very good marks in the exam. Now for example, he says that no, you're not going to pass in this exam. So you will think, okay, whatever I read, this is what is the future, that I'm not going to pass this exam. So why should I ever read this? Or if he says that you're going to score very good marks, so you will think that, okay, anyway I'm going to score good marks. That is what is there in the future. So why should I work hard to really struggle so much to achieve the good marks? So, this is what happens, that we lose motivation to do what we are really doing, to struggle to achieve what we want to achieve. Not just material things, but even for our spiritual life. So it's not good for us to know the future as well. And the astrologers, there are some astrologers who can predict the future to some extent. They are also not able to predict the future completely. If he is able to predict the future completely, then he will become God. So astrologers can only predict to some extent. Future also is not known to us. Future also is not good for us. So first of all, even if somebody remembers everything, past, present and future, it's not good for us. So, and we also know that in Kali Yuga people have very bad memory, and people have to have forgetfulness to remain peaceful. So living entities are so full of limitations, and no human being can be compared to Krishna, who is full of Satchit and Ananda, he knows everything. He has knowledge of everything. So that is why we have to understand that we cannot compare to Krishna. But foolish human beings, some of them, they claim to be Krishna. If you see in the Kali Yuga, some people, they claim to be Kalki avatar. And foolish people believe them because they perform some magical tricks through some siddhis or some powers that they have achieved with meditation. Or sometimes they imitate Krishna, and they perform some aspects of Krishna's incidents, Krishna's pastimes. But if you go and ask those people to lift the Govardhana hill, can you lift the Govardhana hill with the pinky finger? Or can you really kill ferocious demons? Or can you really marry 16,108 wives like how Krishna did? They won't be able to do that. So it's very obvious that they are not Krishna. So we have to understand that this is how we have to differentiate between Krishna and other normal human beings. That's why Krishna is explaining all these things. And if you go further, Krishna says that he appeared in his original transcendental body. Now for a human being, we take births, different births. So from one body to another, as we saw in Dehi nosmin yatha dehe, kaumaram yavanam jara. So as a boy passes from boyhood to youth to old age, like that, we all take different bodies upon death, different bodies in different lifetimes. But for Krishna, that does not happen. Krishna appears in his original transcendental spiritual body. He does not have to take a material body. He appears in a spiritual body. That's the difference. That's why sometimes impersonalists, they claim the Lord to be formless. Because formless means he does not have a material form. But he comes in his spiritual form, spiritual body. That's why God is different. Krishna is different from normal human beings. And Krishna's form is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So this is something special to Krishna, Sat, Chit and Ananda. And he is unborn, as we saw in this shloka, yet he takes his birth in multi-manifestations. So many births he takes, so many avatars, so many, we know of so many avatars of Krishna, right? So he appears in so many different manifestations. But still he is called as unborn, Ajaha. That word is applicable to Krishna. Krishna's name, form and transcendental pastimes are non-different. So now we cannot say that our name, form and transcendental pastimes are non-different. Because our name, our form, what to say of the name, because name is specific to this birth. And our form is also specific to this birth. So Krishna's name, form and transcendental pastimes are non-different. This is also something special to Krishna. Neither his body nor his intelligence ever deteriorates. So not just the body, we also saw that his intelligence never deteriorates. His memory is always the same. He remembers everything. So what happens is impersonalists sometimes they claim the Lord to be formless, and they also, because they're saying Lord is formless, so what will they imagine to meditate on the Lord? They have to depend on mental concoctions or imagination for meditating on the Supreme Lord. But Krishna says that I appear in my original form. Why does he show us his original body? Because he wants us to see and capture his form in the mind, and we can meditate on him like that. Right? That's why Krishna shows us this. So we are very fortunate that Krishna shows us his original transcendental form. But some people, they believe that Krishna is formless and they try to imagine different forms for meditating. And as we saw in the previous verse, as Mataji was discussing, that Saevayam Mayatevya, that Krishna reveals his the signs of the Supreme Lord and the Jivatma's relationship. He reveals the signs to those who are his devotees. So we have to be devotees to understand Krishna. That's why Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam, yevam yo veti tattvataha, tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjana. That when one understands the transcendental nature of his appearance, then upon death, he never takes birth again. So we have to understand this point. And we have to become devotees to understand what Krishna is and how we can reach Krishna. Okay? So I'll stop here. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, just to have a recap of what we just went through in the class. The first thing is Krishna is unborn and his body never deteriorates, he never grows old, and he comes in his original transcendental spiritual body. Okay, that's the conclusion. Let's meet next week. Thank you all very much for cooperating and patient listening. If nobody has any questions, we can end the call here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all very much. Let's end with Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha.
Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha.
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.